Hi everyone, welcome to Life Tips by Ning. In today's video, I'm sharing how to analyze a Bazi chart if your daily master is a Yin Metal called Xin in Chinese, looking like this, born in the winter season. Because the dominant element for winter is water, and the relationship between Yin Metal and water, they're natural friends. In nature, it's about, we have like gold nuggets buried under the riverbed. So you need that strong and water with great movement to rush away the sand and dirt surrounding the gold, so you can reveal the polished gold and reveal its true value. So by default, winter-born Yin Metal people have this really desired natural friend. So they're very kind of clever. They're they're quick studies. The brain works beautifully in terms of learning new skills, grasping new knowledge or kind of wisdom. And in terms of this kind of a personified relationship, because metal grows water, so water represents its expressor energy. So it's the same type of description for the expressor energy. So you're able to express yourself easily, you're super eloquent, you're very big on kind of showing the world your own values and opinions, and very effective at expressing it out, influencing other people with your quick wit. So those are kind of the general tone for winter-born Yin Metal people. But in terms of downside, because all of the all five elements, metal and water, are more leaning towards the yin energy, is wet and cold, whereas wood and fire, they're more leaning towards the yang energy, meaning like warmth, upwards, outwards. So you can use all kinds of opposites to describe the two groups. And the last one, earth, is more sitting in the middle. It has a little bit of everything embedded in it. That's why, like, if you're a winter-born Yin Metal person, your Bazi, the probability of having too much of this paired metal and water energy is fairly high. So you might run the risk of leaning towards too wet and too of that yin energy. What that translates into, how it translates into your personality is you might be kind of self-absorbed, super, like almost too proud to the point of not healthy, right? You're just absorbed in your own world. You think so highly of yourself. And then in terms of health, that might actually trigger certain risk for health, like for a lung system or kidney, reproductive system issues, because those are the corresponding organs to metal and water. And if you have too much of it, it becomes a bad thing. So those are the potential risks. That's why, tying back to Bazi chart, because of all I said in terms of your yin and yang balance, the warmth and cold balance, and kind of your person, from your personality perspective, from whatever angle, it just always makes sense to introduce fire, especially yang fire, in the Bazi chart, because this yang fire represents the sunshine, the warmth. So even mirroring nature, in deep, deep winter, the river, even though you have a yang water showing up in your Bazi, you run the risk of that being froze over. Then, even though it is there, it's not super useful, because frozen water won't do what it's supposed to do, and you actually bury the daily master inside of it. And the moment you introduce more sunshine, you melt it. It's not super cold, it's more balanced. And that's when this yang water energy will do 100% of what it's supposed to do, and be super helpful and supportive for this daily master focal point. So that's why for all of those three winter birth months, you really want to see a useful yang fire showing up in your Bazi. When I say useful, I mean it has to be in a usable stage. For example, if you have a Yang fire showing up in position number 2, the question is, do you think that's a good position or not? Maybe in comparison to position number 1, which is better. The reason is Yang fire and this Yin Metal is one of those 5 pairs of special combination relationship. So if you see a Yang fire and Yin Metal sitting right next to each other, they get entangled, meaning it's a lose-lose situation. Both of their strength will be reduced because of that entangling relationship. That's why the answer to that question is actually position number 1 would be better, because it will preserve the strength of this Yang fire we desperately need for the Bazi. Or another way to look at it is, if your number 4 is a Yang fire, say, oh, too bad, it's right next to it. It got entangled. However, you have a saver, you have a wood or fire type of energy sitting directly underneath itself, you still got support. So in that case, that Yang fire will still be considered as useful enough to make this original Bazi chart fairly good and balanced. So that's kind of the nuanced way of analyzing Bazi. But dive into the particular month. So if your birth month is November, that's a Yang Water earthy branch called Hai in Chinese. And Hai includes mostly Yang Water and Yang Wood energy in it. So because it's not as cold as December and January, so between the 2 preferred elements, actually the primary one will be Yang Water, because it's kind of pairing directly with this position number 6, your birth month. And that makes this desired element super, in a very healthy dosage of it, the right quantity, and make it useful. And then secondarily, you want to see undamaged, protected, and strong enough Yang fire in your Bazi. And that would be a very good Bazi chart. But for December and January, because it's getting colder, and honestly, the water ingredients in the both of them are the Yin Water type, is the like a rainwater or little stream. It doesn't have that gushing power compared to Yang Water. So, and because they're so cold, between the 2, you actually want to see Yang fire as the primary energy. You want to make sure this is showing up and is fairly strong. And if that condition is met, this is a really cool bonus point. Like secondarily, you want to see a Yang Water showing up to pair with this Yin Water, so it can still do the kind of the rushing job that the daily master Yin Metal prefers. So that's what the book says of out of the 6 remaining positions, what would you like to see in your Bazi to make it a balanced and so-called good Bazi chart? But my question is, what if your Bazi type either doesn't have any fire showing up at all, or you have one, but all the neighbors are attacking it and make it super weak? Then what should you do? And in that case, those will not be the answer of the so-called preferred element. There are other logic to analyze it. So the next episode, I actually intentionally picked 3 different cases that doesn't follow this apparent logic today. It's like, okay, in a weird case, you don't have fire, what should you do? So I look forward to sharing those cases with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.